This week, I am happy to share that we have a special guest with us to tell us a little bit about how they can help us with our boat transactions. Her name is Anne, and she is with ABL Documentation. Did I pronounce that correctly, Anne?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Awesome. Well, welcome. And can you just tell our followers a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. Again, my name is Anne Lusignan with ABL Documentation. I am a Coast Guard documentation and state title and registration specialist. I am currently based in North Carolina. I am moved here from Florida, originally from Wisconsin, where I grew up on Castle Rock Lake, boating lifestyle. And then from there to Florida, where I continued that and ended up working for a yacht broker doing office management, which brought me into all the paperwork, the titling and Coast Guard documentation. Found out that I was really good at that. That kind of became a niche, and I've carried that on since then. So I've been doing this about 4 years now.
Wow, that's an impressive resume, and I love to learn that you have that boating gene, that water gene. That's exciting.
Oh, yeah.
So I hear that you lived in Florida. You're originally from Wisconsin. So when it comes to offering your services to boat dealers or maybe individual people that are trying to transact a transaction on their own, where can you offer your services? What specific states can you help with titling, registration, and documentation?
Well, Stephanie, I can offer that in all 50 contiguous U.S. states.
Wow.
So not only do we do Coast Guard documentation for the entire U.S., we also offer the state title and registration in all 50 contiguous U.S. states.
That is incredible. Well, I think that if I were a boat dealer or a business manager or a title clerk, specifically if I had multiple locations or a customer that was purchasing a boat and taking it out of state, you will be on my speed dial list. With that.
Absolutely. Yes, I hope so. That is our hope. Absolutely.
Awesome. Now, and I am familiar with most lenders. They actually would prefer or sometimes enforce dealers to use a company that is on their certified, approved Coast Guard documentation and titling list. Can you tell us a little bit about your company and if you do have that kind of check mark from the lenders?
Absolutely. So it does get a little complicated with the lenders. They do have different requirements as far as insurance and certification or what they want you to have. But what I have done is reached out to ABDA, ABDA, and I've begun the process of becoming a member. And once we're approved and we're in with ABDA, we're automatically approved by all lenders. So that is the hope very shortly here. And then we won't have to jump through the hurdles of the individual lenders and their requirements. We're automatically in with ABDA.
That is really, really good news. And if you can maybe keep us posted on that, just
Absolutely.
So that we can continue to, partner and work together. Now, if one of our boat dealers, they would like to utilize your services, how does that look like? What is it that you may need? What information or documents would you need from that dealer to get the process started?
So I try to keep it as simple as possible. Typically, I just send out a U.S. Coast Guard initial form or state initial form, which they can keep, and then just fill it out as their clients come in, send me that form, and I'm able to put together the packet for the buyer, packet for the seller, send that to them for signatures, and then they just send that back to me. So it's pretty simple process. And I'm very flexible and able to work around that with power of attorney as needed as well, especially sometimes when it's hard to get seller and buyer signatures on a lot of the documents.
Yeah, awesome. That makes it easy for everyone. I appreciate you going through those steps. Now, a question that I get a lot from different dealers all over the nation is, how long does it typically get to document a boat? Like once you begin the submission process, how long does it take for that owner to receive their certificate of documentation?
So lately, this varies. This varies a lot depending on the Coast Guard. It was during COVID and just post-COVID, it was taking them upwards of 6 months, but it's gotten a lot better. So right now we're about 30 days for initial documentation. Exchanges are going through a little bit quicker. Right now we're at about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. So the turnaround on the Coast Guard is actually a lot quicker than historically it has been the last few years.
Okay, that's great. And is it the same for titling a boat with the state, or does it vary by state?
That unfortunately varies by state. Some of the states are pretty complicated. Connecticut is one of those, Maryland is one of those, but they tell you up front on their websites, you know, that it's going to take a minimum of 10 days once they receive everything.
Okay.
Some states will only let you transact through mail. They haven't quite joined 2023 yet. So that slows things down a little bit, but for the most part, most states, usually about 2 weeks.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you for that information. And you know, when there are so many other options out there, other, you know, experts in titling, registration, and documentation, what is your top priority? What makes you stand out versus those other options that are available?
So my top priority in our company is customer service, without a doubt. Being available, being there to answer questions when they need it, on the spot. So making myself available, phone call, text, email, whatever's most convenient for the client has been my top priority, for the reason of closing deals. You know, things come up on their end, and sometimes you have questions or you need forms, or, you know, just those last little tedious things to tie things up that you need right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been important to me to be there, to be available whenever the client needs it, to answer any questions or present any forms that they might need.
I love that. I love that. And I'm living proof of that. I mean, that's why I refer people to you all of the time without hesitation. And I just truly appreciate everything you've done to help those dealers that are now using your services. And I know there's so many questions that we can ask you, and this video can go on, but I think maybe we could just share your contact information with those viewers so that they can contact you in the future with any questions they have or to utilize your services.
Absolutely. That would be great. And that kind of goes to point with my customer service. I'm here, I'm available anytime, text, phone, email, to answer any questions that I can. But yeah, absolutely. So contact me anytime, text, phone, email, and I'll do my best.
Awesome. And I'll be sharing your contact information on the screen, but thank you so much for your time. Thank you for having this little video clip with me, and I look forward to our continued partnership.
Absolutely. Me too. Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.